Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Stage 1984 final voting. With 56 voters, let us begin. And first up is Ivanik from San Marino. He gives 8 points to Nicaragua, the 10 to the Netherlands, the 12 to Belgium. So we have a Benny top 2 without deluxe, unfortunately. You all robbed it. I'll just live from Sverige is voting as well. Gives 8 points to Brazil and to Japan, and the 12 to Uruguay. Now we are going to have Nicom Guy voting with 2 entries in the final. And he gives 8 points to the Netherlands, 10 points to Nicaragua, and his 12 points will go to Hungary. Now, Nebuyusta from Cuba, which got actually robbed this year, gives 7 points to Hong Kong. They are off 0 points now. Thank you, by the way. 8 points to Guyana, 10 to Japan, putting them third, and only 12 to West Germany, putting them fourth. Could we see a repeat win for West Germany, huh? Who knows? Now, Tigrassa from the Dominican Republic gives Portugal their first points, and 8 to Japan, putting them into the lead, and 10 points to Brazil, and the 12 points to Nicaragua, which is now leading. Azza, representing Iceland, gives 5 points to East Germany, 4 points to Sweden, now only Antigua and Barbuda. Iceland, okay. Malaysia with 8 is also off 0, so now only Antigua and Iceland are on 0. Italy gets a 10. And Liechtenstein gets the 12. Pick a card. David from Malta gives 2 points to Iceland, taking them off 0 as well. And 8 points to England and to Sweden. And the 12 to Yugoslavia, which is third now. And EMG will give his votes as follows: just 3 points to Nicaragua and 7 points to Yugoslavia, took Yugoslavia into the lead. 8 to Hungary, 10 to Lithuania, and the 12 will go to Iceland. The top 2 points going to songs ranked 26th and 27th. I'm sure he's not very happy. Bettan from Sweden as well gives the following points. Lots of points to the Nordics, 8 to Japan, 10 to East Germany, and the 12 points to Guyana. So Japan is now in the lead. Eric from Brazil will give 6 more points to Portugal, 8 to Uruguay, 10 to the Netherlands, and the 12 points to Japan. So Japan is now 15 points in the lead. It is looking like they are starting to pull away. Well, will Packer Peace votes change that? And with 7 points to Yugoslavia, they might. And 3 points to Hong Kong. Thank you for that, by the way. 8 points to Lithuania and to Norway. And the 12 points will go to Switzerland. Wow, why? Switzerland is very low. That is unexpected. I expected them higher, to be honest. Anyway, Basic Josh will also vote, and he will give 3 more points to Malaysia and 7 points to Japan. Japan is 11 points in the lead, 8 points to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you. 10 points to Malta, which means Antigua and Barbuda is lost once again. And 12 points to Italy, putting them on the left side. Italy is much lower than I expected it to be. Now, Ajad is voting. 7 to the Netherlands, 8 to Japan. So they are 29 points in the lead. 10 to England, England left side. Finally, 12 points to Yugoslavia. So the Yugoslavia has closed the gap a little bit. 7 points behind now. Jeremy. Jeremy votes as well. 3 points to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you. And 7 points to Hong Kong. Thank you as well. 8 to Iceland. The 10 points to Japan. And the 12 points will go to Yugoslavia. So Yugoslavia is just 5 points behind now. Yeah, Singapore is lost. That is unexpected. Ultra Disco Panorama gives just 2 points to Japan. 6 to Hong Kong. Thank you for that. 8 to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia is 1 point in the lead now. And wow, the Netherlands are on 45 points. That is almost 40 points behind. 10 to Lithuania and the 12 to Hungary. So Hungary is now tied for third. That is an enormous lead by Yugoslavia and Japan. Both countries usually get second, so who will win and who will get second this time? Anyway, Asterius gives 4 to Singapore, pulling them away from last, 8 to Norway, 10 to Switzerland, and the 12 to Liechtenstein. This is very close. Now, Declan is also voting, and he gives 5 to Japan, 8 to Sweden, and to Switzerland, and the 12 to San Marino. Ooh, nice. This means that Yugoslavia is just 2 points in the lead now. Interesting. At House votes as well. Here are his votes. 8 points go to Singapore. Finland is second to last now. And to Sweden. Only 12 to Yugoslavia. No, I did say he. Moro. Moro went to the Netherlands. 8 to Malta. And to Guyana. And 12 to Portugal. Egg Mike was a little bit robbed with his Romanian entry, gives 6 to the Netherlands, 8 to Greenland, and to Switzerland, and 12 to Norway. And I forgot to say it, but Yugoslavia is now in the triple digits and 14 points ahead of Japan. Now, AJ from Norway gives 5 to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you so much. 8 to the Netherlands. 10 to Yugoslavia, so Yugoslavia is pulling away even harder. And the 12 to Finland. Jeffrey, or sorry, Jeffrey from Belarus gives 8 to Norway and to Italy. Italy is now in the top 10 and the 12 to Finland. Finland is left side. This is very close, like I keep repeating. Finland just went from bottom 5 to left side with just 112. Andy's mainstream votes. Well, let's see Andy's mainstream votes. Uh, 8 points go to San Marino, not very mainstream. 10 points go to Lithuania. Okay, that is mainstream, seemingly. Only 12 points go to Brazil. That is also mainstream. Yeah, I can see why you said your votes were mainstream. Chris gives 3 to Hong Kong. Thank you. Six more to Yugoslavia, by the way. 8 to Guyana. And to Malaysia. Malaysia was second to last. And 12 to Hungary. Hungary is left side now again. Blind Ninja isn't very mainstream. Yeah, I suppose it is because, well, I suppose it isn't because it's literally leading. Okay, Tom gives 7 to Switzerland, 8 to Liechtenstein, 3 to Hong Kong, by the way, thank you. 10 to Malaysia. The 12 will go to the Netherlands, which are actually starting to threaten to overtake Japan now. Grut's grandma from Lithuania gives 7 to East Germany, 8 to Liechtenstein, 10 to Iceland, which was in the bottom three somehow, and the 12 to West Germany. Carla, who has not set her flag, gives 8 to Liechtenstein. Patrick Packard is doing really well. 10 to Portugal. I am shocked, I say. And the 12 to Japan, so Japan is now 11 points behind Yugoslavia. And in the triple digits, by the way. Next, Israel gives 8 points to West Germany, which is now in the top five. 10 to Finland, which is on the left side now. And the 12 to Switzerland, which is fourth now. Nobility from Vietnam, who's having exams and uh, will not be participating next year. Let's wish him all good luck on his exams. 8 to Malaysia, 10 to the Netherlands, and the 12 to Japan. So Japan is just 5 points behind Yugoslavia now. Jasmine, or Yasmin, sorry. Yeah, I just think of the EC companion and say Yasmin. Okay, 8 points to West Germany, 10 to Hungary, and the 12 to Greenland. Now, this is Portuguese Africa calling, aka Georgie, gives 8 to Lithuania, 10 to Brazil, and 12 to Portugal. Wow, how did I guess this? I do not know. PvP, let's see. Who is winning? Let's see. 6 to England, 8 to Yugoslavia. I suppose Yugoslavia is not winning. 10 to the Netherlands. Netherlands are not winning. And the 12 to Finland. So Finland is winning after all. Victor. Very competitive final, yeah. Very competitive. 8 to Yugoslavia, so 19-point lead. And to Antigua and Barbuda. Why, thank you so much. Thank you. This was not intended to be sarcastic. Like, I'm not being sarcastic. And 12 points to Brazil. Joe gives 2 to Hong Kong. Thank you for that. 8 to Japan. 10 to Yugoslavia, and 12 to Norway. Andro was representing Brunei this year, gives 7 to Hong Kong. Thank you for that as well. 8 to Nicaragua, which did not move at all with these 8 points. 10 to Yugoslavia, and 12 points go to England. England is really underperforming. Like, I did not expect this, honestly. Not at all. Alex. Alexis voting gives 8 to Malaysia, 6 to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you for that as well. 10 to England, 12 points to Belgium. And yeah, Hugo pulled away like significantly. They are 31 points ahead. Krishna's boyfriend, Freddie, gives 7 to Singapore, 8 to Antigua and Barbuda. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. 10 to San Marino, and 12 to Switzerland. I am really surprised that there were no points to Yugoslavia, honestly. That is very surprising. Aya gives 7 to West Germany, 8 to Malaysia, 10 to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you, and Antigua and Barbuda is finally not lost. And 12 to Yugoslavia. Noni from Latvia gives 7 to Hong Kong, 4 to Antigua and Barbuda. That is crazy in a good way. I mean, in a good way. 8 to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia is just 10 points away from breaking the 200-point barrier. 10 to Norway and 12 to Japan. So Japan has caught up by 4 points and is still 39 points behind Yugoslavia. John E. Alaska. I wanted to say Dodici, but no, it's Italian. Dodici is Italian. I am bad. 8 to Iceland, 10 to Nicaragua, and 12 to England. Luis Lopez is 4 more to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you for that. 8 to Liechtenstein, 10 to Guyana, and the 12 points to West Germany. A lot of countries are close to 100 points, but very few of them have actually reached that. Vieco is also voting, and he will give 7 to Liechtenstein, putting them on triple digits, 8 to Hungary, putting them on triple digits, 10 to Hong Kong. Why, thank you, means a lot. And 12 to Singapore. Mary. Mary, who voted quite early compared to the usual. 8 to Guyana, and to Japan, and 12 points to Switzerland. I promise I will not make that joke again, kinda. Maria, now you're a dancing queen. Queen. Russia was robbed. Well, opinions are opinions. 8 to Singapore, 10 to Greenland, and the 12 points to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you a lot. For that, I promise to find a higher quality version of Biela Noche. Phil gives 6 to Italy and 8 to Liechtenstein, 10 to East Germany, and 12 to Finland. Here, 7 to Belgium, 6 to Sweden, 8 to Singapore, and to Lithuania. And now the 12 points go to England. England is finally doing as well as I expected them to, because it was wild that they were on the right side for so long. Okay, Idantal gives 7 to Norway, 5 to Finland, 3 to Brazil, both are on 100 plus points, 8 to Sweden, 10 to West Germany, only 2 points behind the Netherlands now, and the 12 to Yugoslavia. And I forgot to mention it, Yugoslavia is now on 200 points. Well, over 200 points. Well over 200 points now. Ellendale, obviously no points to Yugoslavia, but 3 to Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you. 7 to West Germany. So West Germany is now third. 8 to Guyana, puts them into the triple digits. 10 to San Marino. And the 12 to Belgium, puts them top right side. Rodu from Nicaragua will give 1 point to Hong Kong. Thank you. Japan closes the lead by 2 points. 8 to England, 1 point away from top five. 10 to the Netherlands, back into third. And the 12 to Uruguay. Wow, Uruguay's bottom three, but is now almost the top right side. Aaron gives 4 to Yugoslavia, pulling them a little bit away. 8 to the Netherlands, and to Hungary, putting them top five. And 12 to Hong Kong, and I just bumped my head on my lamp again. I I was, I jumped up out of excitement. Elda gives 6 to Antigua and Barbuda, 8 to Hong Kong, and gave 7 to Japan, by the way. Thank you for the 6 and the 8. 10 to Singapore, and the 12 from Elda will go to East Germany. Krishna, those as well, gives to England. England is in the top five by 1 point. 8 to Antigua and Bermuda, which puts them much higher. 10 to Brazil, doesn't move them at all. And 12 to Hungary. So Hungary is back in the top five, and that is deserved. And I called it. You can go back and read my review, and I called it. Jimis, 5 more to Yugoslavia. I think it's not possible for Japan to catch up to Yugoslavia anymore, actually. 8 to San Marino, 10 to Nicaragua, and the 12 to Finland. Yeah, we only have, yeah, 3 more jurors. They can give 36 points. That is not enough for, yeah. Now it is definitely not enough. Jakob gives 3 points to Malta, which is not enough. 8 to Singapore, and to San Marino, and 12 to Lithuania. Dr. Seger, 6 more to Yugoslavia, 8 to Norway, and to Sweden, and 12 to Finland. And now Zuna, who gives 7 to Greenland, 8 more to Yugoslavia, and to Guyana, and 12 to Finland. So Finland, at the last possible moment, made it into the top five. Okay, well, this concludes the voting of World Stage 1984. Okay. Congratulations, Yugoslavia. Not type. Okay, I can count. This is the new points record. Wow, yeah. This is indeed the point record. So out of the two eternal runners-up, Yugoslavia prevailed. Okay, now let's go to the results of the semifinals. We'll start with the repechage because, well, I want to point a lot of things out. In seventh place with 195 points in the repechage. Any predictions? Who was that? Yeah, well, it was Hong Kong. I mean, it is quite evident by the final results. Now, with 197 points in sixth place, we had East Germany. And with 200 points was Sweden. Now, with 204 was Singapore in fourth. With 210 in third was Nicaragua. With 228 in second was Liechtenstein. And with 251 winning the repechage was Norway. Close race except for the winner who got 7 12s. Okay, now this is going to be fun. This is going to be super fun. With 174 points in ninth place in semifinal one was Cyprus. With 178 points in eighth place was Hong Kong. With the 181 points in seventh was Nicaragua. And with 185 points in sixth was Sweden. So the sixth, seventh, and eighth all made it through the repechage. Except in a different order. Nicaragua actually prevailed over Sweden here. Okay, now the DTF was Uruguay. The borderline DTF was Uruguay, which finished above other qualifiers from semifinal one, which went directly. Now, with 204 points in fourth place, was Switzerland, which finished top 10, seventh to be exact. With 236 points, we had the Netherlands, finished third. I am leading up to something. With 239 points in second, we had Italy, which finished the lowest out of all semifinal one qualifiers in 27th place, even below Hong Kong, which was ninth in the semifinal. And with 242 points, so Italy was just 3 points away from winning the semifinal, was Malaysia. Imagine Italy winning and being 27th in the final. Like this is crazy. It was so hard for me to shut up. Okay, semifinal two. with 253 points. So qualifying by 1 point ahead of Belarus were Wales. It was 177 points, and eighth was Puerto Rico. And it was 197 points in seventh place was Liechtenstein. And yeah, obviously the sixth in the semifinal was Luxembourg, but just 2 points away from DTFing. Or Portugal, which DTF'd because of the 12 from our Portuguese speaking members, of course, and then finished 25th. Hehe. You all couldn't save Portugal from bottom four. Anyway, Antigua was fourth in the semifinal, but no 12, so I predicted the crash. And with 247 was Hungary. And Japan was second, and obviously Yugoslavia was first by a margin. You can see the margin here. Yeah, what a landslide. Now, semifinal three. Indonesia was ninth, and India was eighth. India got 37 points. Oh, 37 voters, I mean. In seventh was Guinea, and in sixth by 1 point was Norway. Now, San Marino, borderline qualify. Well, it's not really borderline. 18 points is not borderline, and 35 voters. Oh, yeah, 10 eights. 8. And 216 points was Iceland in fourth, and with 220 points in third was Belgium. Then with 261, so that's a big jump in second, was Brazil. And winning the semi was England. So again, look, they were very close by to each other. Third semi seems like it did the worst in the final, actually. And fourth semi with 172 points in ninth was Romania, and with 187 points in eighth was Spain, and 199 points in seventh was Singapore, and with 218 points in sixth, we had East Germany. 231 in fifth was Greenland. 232, so just 1 point ahead in fourth, was Malta. So, look, Malta was not even a borderline DTF here. $242 points in third was Guyana. Now, in second, with 256 points, we had Lithuania. And winning the semi was obviously Finland. I think this is quite obvious from the results here. Actually, Guyana went above Lithuania in the final as well. And yeah, well, this concludes the voting in the final. Thank you everyone for attending, and we will see you all in Yugoslavia next year. Goodbye, everyone.